you been doing, Joe, the mechanic of Louisville, Texas, Oliver's Automotive?
Pretty good.
Hey, how's our Chevelle looking up there, bud? It looks like it's made a permanent storage unit up there, dude.
That's where it's at.
It's been there for a while now. You think we'll ever get that done?
Waiting for the brakes.
Okay. Where's our buddy Daryl at? We need to. Is he up front? Okay, I'm gonna go see if he's up there, all right? What's up, Dad? Daryl of Oliver's Automotive, right? We're over here looking at, we're talking to Joe, we're over here looking at our Datsun, bud. What's going on is a 74 model Datsun 260Z that's been fully restored. Now what we're doing, we're lowering this car, am I right, Daryl?
Yes, we're gonna lower it down
about 3 inches.
3 inches.
And then we're gonna flare the fenders out. And to do that, all the suspension has to be completely removed. So we ran into some other, there you go, we're gonna put the flared fenders, we gotta cut that fender out, and then we're gonna fit that fender, that's about where it's gonna be, bud, right there. So you see how much we gotta cut out, but before we do that, we gotta get the proper ride height, am I right, Daryl?
That's correct. You have it exactly right.
Right, exactly.
Put these on.
Now let me ask you a question, bud. We removed all the suspension, right?
Yeah.
And we found other problems. What was wrong with that, bud?
Then we had a bad drive shaft, and then the struts are the wrong size, so we got to get a modification for that. We got to cut.
Hold on, the struts. And then our trim rings that came with our fancy $1,250 lowering kit don't work, right?
Right. So they're too small.
They're too small. And then we also found all the bushings from our 1974 car, bushings and kingpins and all needed replaced. Yep. So this job's gonna basically cost, just to lower the car, is gonna be around $5,000 total.
So
with labor, parts, by the time we get done doing it properly, it's gonna be around $4,500 to $5,000.
So get your
Am I right or wrong?
That's right, and then get your purses ready and bring your Datsun on down.
Come on, bring it on down. So let me ask you this, bud. I see you said the drive shaft was bad, but on a Datsun, it actually has a main drive shaft, and then it's got two. How's our bushing? How's our U-joints on our axles, bud? Let's get a look at that motor. What do you think of that motor, Daryl?
That's a mean-ass motor.
Yeah, that's a nice engine. He's got about $12,000, $13,000 in this car already, with all the brand new interior, as you can see. And what he's doing, he's making this a certified SCCA. You know what that means, Daryl?
Not sure.
What's that SCCA? What's the SCCA stand for, bud?
Some type of
is that
racing car.
And so that's what this.
Racing.
Yeah, this is he's turning this into a certified SCCA vintage race car. If you notice right there, okay, he's even got the plates. So we got all the suspension off. Even the front suspension is torn down to nothing. So if somebody wanted to do this at home, what would you suggest, Daryl? Yes
take a course in auto mechanics,
Get about 10 years experience before you decide doing this shit.
Exactly.
So we got our spindles. Come on over here, bud. Let's look what we did here. So this is our kit we're looking at. Let me see here, bud. And here's our dimension. This is kind of the directions they give you. So you got to kind of read off that, which really ain't much. Am I right, Daryl?
Right. They don't give you a whole bunch of information.
Exactly. So this item right here actually bolts inside the car, and this is our camber adjustment. Am I right, Daryl?
This is right. This is.
How does that work, dude?
Okay, these will go together like this right here, and they'll fit in here. The shock will be in the center, and this is an adjustment for the camber caster, and then the spring goes over this, and then this will fit in here like this right here. So
and that's what gives your stiffness of your suspension.
Right, that lowers it down, gives you a good control.
Right, but the original way that this actually lowers down is from the shocks themselves. That's why you got to modify those tubes.
Right, the shocks and everything come down lower.
Right.
So instead of being up here like this, they'll be down here like this.
Right, if we can figure it out.
Well,
if we can figure it out, that's the
little
situation.
calculations, and we can get this done.
So this whole kit that you're looking at with the all the items you see here, the adjusters, the little fucking, whatever the hell, you know, these little perches where these ride, the shocks, the springs, we're looking at $1,200, and you still have to modify that stuff up, bud.
Right.
It's crazy,
A lot of
man.
work.
It's ridiculous. I mean, that just goes to show you, just because they advertise it in a magazine doesn't mean it bolts together, bud. Because all this stuff here that we're showing you has to be welded together. Am I right, Daryl?
Yeah. Let me show you what we had to do to the shock.
Yeah, come on over here. Bring that shock over here. So this is the brand new $1,200 set of shocks we're talking about that are supposed to bolt together. Yeah. What did we have to do?
We had to cut this down so that this right here, this shaft would fit into the
adjuster, the camber
like
adjuster.
Here.
Oh my God. So that didn't even fit in there. When we got those shocks, that didn't even fit.
The front was a different size than the rear, and
that
now
had
they
all be machined.
right, and then they're going to have little
spacers.
Little spacers that goes on two of them that will adapt over these, and then they will fit in here, so the other shocks on the rear will fit. So
yeah.
There's a lot of modification.
Let me explain something to you square, dude. Technical, my friend. Complication technical.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Got to have a lot of experience when you start.
A lot of experience and a lot of friends that know what the fuck they're doing. Am I right?
That's correct.
Now, Daryl, is it time for you to go home yet?
It's time, man.
But you've all,
I've had enough fun for today.
At 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock, dude, I get to work at 5, dude.
Well, I come in Baker.
How old are you, bud? You about 72 now? Ready for retirement?
About ready.
Yeah. You going four-wheeler? Don't you four-wheel? Where's your four-wheeler at, dude? You're a Land Rover guy, ain't you?
Yeah, we do a lot of Land Rover off-roading.
Yeah, that's right. You're the king. You're the Land Rover king of Texas, bud. Well, all right, man. I got my end done so far. As soon as you figure out what we're gonna do, you know what I'm thinking? We might have to make some of those, dude. Might have to have Samson make some.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the shit they sent us ain't kept in the cake, bud. It won't even come close to fitting on there. Look at that. That's supposed to slide over that. And that won't even slide. I'm thinking the only way we're going to make these work is Samson is actually going to have to, Samson's machine shop.
Or either get a used set of struts and that's smaller, and then use the
So you're saying
part.
start all over?
Well, use the bottom part for here.
So cut that off, get a used set, use the top. Oh my
God. Put it down in there.
But you know what? I think Daryl and Pete can do it. Last chance Pete can do the job, bud.
That's right.
Okay. How long have we been dealing with Dutch? About 15 years?
Well, I've been in business.
No, how long have you and me been dealing with that?
About 15 to 16 years.
That's right. So, I'm going to let you sleep on that tonight, bud. I got all the studs done. When you get that figured out, you bring it down, I'm going to weld it all together.
Yep.
Okay?
All right.
We'll see you later, and take it easy.
All right.
Don't watch too many cartoons tonight.
Wrecking Yard, here I come.
All right, we'll see you later. We'll be back on the...